Silver Spoon is one of, if not the, best food anime ever made. Why? Well, for one, the series explores a significant amount of the steps in the process to getting the food on our plates, as well as the general preparation within the kitchen that most avid viewers / food anime fanatics intensely enjoy, which ultimately culminates in the final dish. The series doesn't shy away from the bitter truth of the food industry, with much of its details applying to arguably all food industrial practices across the globe, despite being set in the rural regions of northern Japan. My name is Jacko, and this is What It Takes to Be Great, a series in which we review various anime, TV shows, movies, video games, and so much more, and we're playing to you why we think they're great. To put it simply, the show doesn't need a gimmick. In modern anime, animation studios often take the liberty of accentuating certain key elements of their genre. For shonen series, it's often the fights with added details like excessive sweat and blood, and are extensions on hits with the purpose of adding more drama and subsequent importance to their scenes. For anime that focuses on food, studios often overplay the final step of every meal, the plating and subsequently the eating. In some series like Food Wars, the animators create arguably godly level detail to the full meal, to the point where it's nearly impossible not to salivate at the near sight of it, despite it being a set of frames in an animation. Following this physical detail, the foods for some bizarre reason create borderline explosions and emotions for the characters who consume these meals. In Silver Spoon, we do see the characters have these explosive moments when eating, but rather than it coming from just the mere flavor of the meal, it comes from the hard work and effort it took to place it on the respective plate. Take, for example, the scene in which the main character finally builds up to the courage to eat an egg after having witnessed the process for which eggs are commercially farmed, something which initially disgusts him, and partaking not only in this process for some time as part of his academics, but in other physically demanding activities that were required to keep a vegetable garden safe. We see the whole process, something which we arguably all fall into the same view as protagonists as something foul, but also the delicious end result, which we too relish with Hachiken. Many series within this genre fall victim to these extremes. Food Wars has its extreme tasting, borderline softcore hentai. Bento has its extreme buying, basically full-scale brawling in the confines of a grocery store. Isekai Shukudo has its extreme location, almost to the point of being an isekai first and a food anime second. And Hakate Japan has its extreme baking, to the point where the characters seem like gods of creation rather than actual bakers. Silver Spoon doesn't have this, and it's a good thing, because it allows us to partake in the journey of the process, which serves as a roller coaster of emotions and ends in the delicacy of the final result. Personally, I believe series like Silver Spoon are incredibly important because they help spark an important discussion about what we eat. I am of the opinion that it is best to know, and maybe even partake in, the process that it takes to put the foods in our stores and on our plates, with a specific mark on animal products like beef and pork, as well as eggs, cheese, milk, etc. Why? Because there is a lot that goes into the products we find in our local markets, the process of which is arguably an artistry, a craft, a work of art, meant to be appreciated given extreme work that goes into everything. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears brought every grain of wheat that goes into a single loaf of bread and in every selection fruit. And I believe we should respect that, not only for those that create, bake, and cultivate what we eat, but those, the animals, we take from. For a better understanding of why it's important to understand the process that gets the food to the market before it even hits the table, please check out these videos by Kazurkastet. They both cover in easily understood bites of information in this very topic, while maintaining a joyous and visually pleasant animation. Why meat is the best, worst thing in the world, and is meat bad for you, is meat unhealthy. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it in the future, consider subscribing to our channel and leaving a like. If you have any ideas for what we should cover next, please let us know and leave a comment down below.
In the control booth there, would you run the tape?